All right, good morning. We are in the ATL. That's code for Atlanta. I'm with Alex. Some of you know Alex. I got Irving. I've got Tasha. I've got Marcy. And got Bryce way back there. And we're going to look at a bunch of properties today. First one we're going to look at is Cindy Drive. This is going to be a total rehab on this thing. We own this property, and so we'll take a look and see what it is. Alex will give us his get a smile. It's unbiased opinion on where we need to go. We'll see you out there, Pete. One of the things that I like to look at in a market is just you find little nuances within a market that make it good, and then you get kind of addicted to the market, and then you start seeing some other things. There's markets out there that I just never would have done if it wasn't for my students. They're like, "Hey, did you see this going on over here?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And so, that's kind of what happens. And that's when I'm talking about putting down the, six states, 3 liens, 16 liens, 6 deeds, and then narrowing it down from there. That just kind of casts that really big net, Tasha. You know what I mean? It gives you an ability to really kind of go, okay, well, this might be the market.
So you're not really married to anything?
No, I'm not. I mean, all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh. I mean, this market here was only because I was golfing up in North Carolina. And I was trying to find what's a good market around here so I can buy some properties up here in North Carolina. So we're on Cindy Drive. It's 18 something. So this one is boarded up there. Yeah. See how it changed? There's one right over here. 18. This is 19. See, there's a nice one right there. That's exactly what we're looking for. Stuff like that. Here's an example of a property that we did not have the deed for, and then we went ahead and protected it by putting a roof on it, knowing that the owner, who was deceased, was not going to redeem on it. So this is going to be a total gut rehab on it. We're trying to guesstimate whether we're going to wholesale this thing or rehab it and put it in market. Working class neighborhood, $250,000 to $280,000 is FMV on this. ARV, I should say, right? And then, Irving, you said you've done deals in this neighborhood, like right up the street, right?
Yeah, I think I looked at the one up the street here on Cindy Drive. I haven't been out here since before this, around the pandemic time, but all in all, in the outskirts of Atlanta, I've done probably 13 deals altogether.
One of the things we're always looking for is the neighborhood. I mean, the first thing I looked at is like, wow, there's some nice houses in this neighborhood. So when you've got a crappy house in a great neighborhood, it's a good start. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what we're looking at. So let's go look at the inside and see what this thing's all about. Just before we get into the property, what are your first impressions? Obviously, the roof is done, which is a key element to protect the property. What else are you noticing?
It's in a little bit rough shape. It's been abandoned for a very long time. It hasn't been taken care of, maintained well. So from the outside, it looks rough, but the main thing is how it looks on the inside.
Bones?
Bones. That's what we want to look at, the foundation and the bones.
Well, the other thing you said yesterday at dinner, which was key, was just opening up, taking some walls down. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I like opening walls. I like knocking walls down. The more walls you have, the more work you have, right? The more drywall, electrical, painting you got to do. Why don't you minimize that and make the home modern? Just open up the walls,
right,
and make it more spacious,
right?
And it's going to give property a more modern look,
right? Open feel.
It's going to go faster, easier, less work, less money,
right? Yeah, it gets a good feel for it. And overall though, the neighborhood's nice.
It's a really nice neighborhood.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a shitty house in a good neighborhood, as they say. So there you go. All right, we'll see you on the inside. This is Chris Day. Any day you want to do some business, any day, every day. All right, so I like this. Clean inside at least. Got these boards up here. We got a closet here.
We first came in, it had the eaves, the roof was leaking, and it was a lot of water intrusion. Like that entire bathroom floor had to cave in, that side of the kitchen had to cave in, and what was on the wall originally was the 3/4 inch plaster boards.
Oh yeah, the old school.
Yeah,
with the last.
Yeah, that demo was.
That That was that's not an easy deal. I've done those when I was a kid.
Yeah, and they had the wire mesh.
Tasha, be careful, please.
Had the wire mesh for the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and man, it was
good.
And even the bathroom, they had the tile that came up All those walls that come about this house, about the tower. As you can see, where he was getting at.
Just rip that out, a little bit of rot.
Yeah.
This is a good example. Sometimes what you will find underneath there is just nuts on that. Good job getting that all ripped up. Kitchen over here. No load bearing. We got a couple load bearing over here, Chris, on that.
No, we can take this one out right here. See what we had discussed earlier. Just to increase the space in here, take this wall out right here.
Right.
This was the wall that I was telling you, the partition between the kitchen and the third room. Close this door. Put a double door here. Take this wall out, that way we can extend the cabinets and get more cabinet space, more countertop space. Because the way it was originally set up, we had our stove, the sink, the dishwasher. I don't think it had a dishwasher though. And the fridge was on it. No, the fridge was there. The stove was here.
You can see that. See the plug out there. Yeah.
And this was the area that they had for the washroom.
That's interesting. That's right. I grew up in a house like that. We had the washer and dryer inside our kitchen.
Yeah.
That was very much like we used to have it. Let's go out here.
If we go inside, I'll walk you through a little bit, show you what we do. So we wanted to get all the openings in because when I order drywall, I don't want to order drywall that includes windows and doors. I want to take that out. So you can save easy a couple $100, $500-600 just on the doors and window openings if you're ordering drywall, possibly even more in this case. So once I put this in my Exactimate and I sketch it out and I take the windows and door openings, if I want to know how much drywall and paint I need on the wall, I just press C for the ceiling. It gives me exact square footage on how much I need. Labor and material. It breaks it down by zip code, area, by trade. So that's what we're trying to establish. So in case we get a contractor here, I'm in California, Chris is running a contract over here. He comes in and says, hey, you got 800 square feet on living and ceiling. No, we don't. Yeah. I can look at the estimate, click on the ceiling in that room. It tells me exactly how many square footage I have, how much I need for the insulation, how much I need for drywall, how many linear feet of wire I need to run, ducting for this place, walls, drywall, insulation on certain walls, floors, baseboard. He's going to tell me exactly square feet and linear feet.
Well, it's also going
to be very
based on the local market too.
Yes,
so
yes.
The program he's talking about takes into consideration the zip code.
Yeah.
So prices might be different in California, Nevada, Georgia. So that's really important. So that way, that's why I say bids are bids. They're not guesstimates.
Yeah. And then another good option that you have with the Exactimate is you got options. Like, let's say we was clicking on this wall right here, and it'll actually give us different textures, different insulation options, whether we want to go with a 1/2 inch drywall, 3/4 inch, if we want to do knockdown, or we want to do a level 4 smooth finish.
Right.
And those things is going to change the price of things dramatically.
Yeah.
Depends on how far you get. And then let's say you selecting your light fixtures. When you're selecting your light fixtures, you usually give you like 3 options.
It'll give you low grade, average grade, or high grade light fixture. Same thing like he was talking about the texture. We talked about texture, on the walls. If I want orange peel, I can click orange peel. If I want a heavy texture, knock down, light orange peel. If I just want a primer, it'll tell me price for primer. If I want to use primer, just the material, or labor, or both, it'll give you everything.
So it'll give you a guesstimate to get it up to like a wholesale level, flipper level, the whole nine yards.
You can stop anywhere you want to stop.
So this brings up the whole, the money is made in the nickels and dimes. And Alex, you and I talk about this all the time. A lot of people, will look at this and go, oh, it's okay, we're going to add that. That stuff starts to add up. Yeah. Like even me talking about the porch up front, it would be nice to have it. Is it a nice to or a need to? So kind of what Alex and I have talked about, if I'm putting in $10,000 in something, let's say that porch was $10,000, is that giving us $20,000 worth of value?
Yeah.
It's kind of the way you need to look at it. If it's just, if it doesn't do anything, it's like, okay, we want to put a fence around it. Well, why? Because it would look nice, but is that giving me value add?
Yeah, we see it all the time. People are just overbuilding, spending too much money into the projects, and they wonder why they can't sell it and wonder why they're losing money. Look, the bottom line is you want to keep it simple. What I like on this property, maybe somebody else will come in and want to make changes. I might like laminate floors, and they'll say, you know what, I want to have carpet. And they're going to rip out those laminate floors. So I'm not going to spend $20,000 on laminate floors. I'm going to spend for average grade laminate floors. And if somebody likes it, let them keep it. That's it. That's it. So most of the stuff that I do get, I get really good floors, but like discontinued. And I get it at a really, really good price. And I always get extra 5-6 boxes of laminate floors in case something happens. I got pieces I can replace it with. So the first step we did was sketch everything out, which is very important on the software that we use, Xactimate. We get all the walls measurements, all the openings, windows, door openings. So when I punch the square footage in, it's going to give me exact amount of drywall, paint, flooring, whatever I need to cover and repair this property. So that's the first step. The second step is it's how we do the estimate, what's needed. So there's two ways of doing it. We can start from the floor, going all the way up to the ceiling.
Now hang on.
Yeah.
Are you also thinking about possibility changes in the floor plan while you're doing that?
Well, first we're going to come up with a scope the way it is.
Okay.
And once I sketch everything out on Xactimate, we can always remove and add walls.
Got it.
Yeah.
So as long as we have it as is right now, we can always play with it.
Got it.
Or the other way we can do it on the estimate, we can start from the ceiling, going all the way down. So what I mean is ceiling. We need ceiling insulation. We need electrical on the ceiling. We need a light fixture. We need drywall.
Okay.
Now we're moving down to the wall. Same thing, etc. to the to the floor.
Yeah.
That's how we started doing the scope.
Got it.
Yeah. It's very easy and simple. To us at least.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people don't do it this way, and that's why your bids are so accurate, Alex. So, and I'm going to hold your, I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire on this, but if you were to take a stab at this, knowing what you know about this particular market, what are your guesstimations, or do you want to go there yet?
I don't want to go there yet,
Okay.
but we kind of close on the numbers that we spoke about earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not too far
So
off.
not too far off. So once we put an estimate together, we're going to say, well, let's take this out, let's add this. We're going to play with it, and at the end, we're going to get an estimate that you want, or how much money you actually want to put into that.
And then we
house.
make a decision on what.
And then you make a decision.
Well, which is the nice thing about this, and again, I want to explain that. And Alex, as a student of mine in Done Deals, you've got so much flexibility when you're buying a property and you're in it right. Because
Yes.
now we can go, okay, we can rehab it. We don't have to, but we can. We can wholesale it. We can rehab it, sell it. We can rehab it and rent it out.
Yeah. You can rehab it and get it to a point where another flipper feels comfortable, he can take over.
Right.
Because sometimes when people look at this, they get really overwhelmed. They
Yeah.
say, okay, it's kind of like building a house from ground up almost.
Right.